Whenever a pandemic or a crisis starts, is your business prepared for what is happening? How could you make sure your business will continue to run after the pandemic? When a pandemic like this strikes, am I prepared? Are you prepared to be in business when it ends? Business continuity planning. Are you prepared? What would happen to your company when a disaster strikes? Good question. A disaster just struck. Nobody expected this to happen. What do we do? Are you prepared if a flood happens? What happened to Hurricane Sandy? All the businesses down on the Jersey Shore flooded out. We were flooded out even up here in Bergen County. Wherever you are, if a flood strikes, are you prepared? Are you prepared for a winter storm? We've had many winter storms which knocked out all the electricity, all the power. Only a few years back, I don't remember the exact time, right? Everything stopped. I believe it was October 1st on Halloween that happened this year. Well, many years back. A winter storm. Are you prepared for a power outage? If the power outage, I couldn't even do a video like this. No electricity. We're in the dark. We have generators. What do we do? Even worse, what about a data breach? What about when the big companies recently, Target, Home Depot, other companies where their data was just taken from them? All the names, social security numbers, birth dates of all their clients were in the hands of somebody that does not deserve them, right? So are you prepared? Are you prepared for a coronavirus pandemic? Nobody even thought of this. What was it, 1912, the last pandemic like this? Although at least we are more prepared now because of the internet, and we could communicate with each other. But what would happen if the internet was down? This is fun. I'm doing a lot of Zoom conferences right now, right? I'm in touch with people. We're on the phone. We're on our cell phones. Let's say the grid goes down. What happens then? Well, what happens to your company? That's what we're going to look at. So what is a continuity plan? A business continuity plan is a document containing all the essential information required to ensure that a business is able to resume critical business activities should a crisis occur. It's really, in a way, disaster relief. So putting everything that you think of that's necessary for your business into a large document. And we'll see what that document includes. The main thing that you want to do is really limit your liability. Of course, we're all going to be affected, right, by what is going on. But can you limit how bad it impacts your business? Limit your liability. 25% of the businesses will not reopen. Look at our current pandemic that we're going through. I actually think it's going to be a larger amount than 25% of the businesses that don't reopen. And you as an independent contractor, if you are, or you're working at some company, will they hire you back? Never before has there been 20 million people filing unemployment. So are you going to be one of the 75% that opens, or maybe less? Or are you going to be so impacted by that crisis that you cannot open your doors. By putting plans into effect that protect our personal properties, equipment, and business records, we can safeguard the longevity of the company before the emergency strikes. So really, you want to do this before the company is in trouble. What is your plan? How do you limit your liability? This is for big businesses. I'm sure most big businesses, or all of them, I can't tell the exact amount, have a continuity plan in effect. Banks, financial institute, electric, gas companies, automobile companies, of course, healthcare, pharmaceuticals. But small businesses as well need to plan for this. Restaurants, bars, clubs. Do they think they'd be closing their doors for 3 months, 6 months? What about when we go back to work? Then they're 50% occupied. Can they stay in business? Can they still pay their rent? Or independent contractors, real estate agents, graphic people, marketing, musicians. What about touring and playing musicians? Can they go back to work? Right? No clubs. The clubs are out. The musicians are out. Artists, personal trainers, dancers. Of course, the list goes on for independent contractors. So what is the objective of a business continuity plan? Risk assessment management. What does that mean? Really analyzing what could go wrong. What's the risk if something goes wrong? Define the critical business functions of what you do in that business. So if something goes wrong, what functions is it going to affect? Detail immediate response to that critical incident. How fast can we define what is going on, detail strategies and actions to enable company to stay in business, and then review and update the plan on a regular basis. That is the objective of this business continuity plan. Here we see it in a circular manner. One is identify the risk assessment. Analyze the business impact. How bad will that affect you? What is the strategy that we're going to need to get out of this? Give us a plan, put that plan into effect, execute it, and then measure, did it work? You might have a plan for a crisis that doesn't happen. And obviously you can't plan then, after, but you could try to learn from all these incidents of what will work. So prevention, risk assessment. Prevention element that identifies and manages the likelihood and the effects of risk associated with an incident. What would happen if there's a fire? Let's say you're working from home. Fire, theft, cyber attack, disease. Who thought of a disease like this? Natural disasters, of course, hurricanes, tornadoes. Equipment breakdown, something as small as your computer. Are you backed up? How serious would that impact be to your business? Low, medium, high, very high. What is the likelihood of something happening? Well, obviously, coronavirus, unlikely. It's low. But if it hits us, it's a high impact. Can it be reduced or eliminated? Alarms, sprinklers, data backup, adequate insurance, business interruption, general liability, etc. So we need to look at all these different areas, analyze them, and put them into effect. Are you prepared? So you got to analyze it. Step 2, business impact analysis. Preparedness element that identifies and prioritizes the key activities of a business that may be adversely affected by any disruptions. Identify your critical business activities, what the impact of your business would be in the event of a disruption, and how long could your business survive without performing this activity. Well, of course, it may not affect everything in your business. Could part of your business still function? Can you stay in business? Or something like this could have affected all of us. right? If you're a club owner, restaurant, of course it affected your entire business. If you are somebody that is normally working at home or on internet, of course online, right, virtual, maybe your business wasn't affected. Maybe you're in the real estate business. I have a company, Living Great Real Estate. Very hard to sell houses when people can't open their doors. Sellers don't want to sell. Buyers don't want to buy. So really understanding what could go wrong and what is that impact on your business. And then you need what's called the RTO, the recovery time objectives. So what is that? Really the time which you declare a crisis and how long you could get into swing to help recover and get back into business. So you have to understand how it could happen, what you could do to prevent it, what you got to do to make a plan, and how that plan goes into effect and can you recover. So the response time, obviously the faster you can respond, the faster you can recover. Strategy and plan development incorporates the response element and the outlines immediate action taken to respond to an incident in terms of containment, control, and minimizing impact. This is to prepare you for a timely response to critical incidences and reduce the impact of those incidents on a previously identified business operation. It also prepares key personnel to provide an effective response to ensure minimum disruptions to operations in the event of an emergency. Of course, something as simple as contacting 911, the fire, the police, evacuation, right? There's a flood. How do you evacuate? Of course, if you're in a big building, a fire. Whoever planned on, hitting the World Trade Towers with a plane? How did they get out? Incredible. Evacuation procedures, emergency kits. If you run out, where do you go? What do you got? Are your family prepared? Where's a meeting place? And if you're a business with, more than one person, a small business, maybe it's not just a family business. Who are the key contacts of the list of people that you need, to allocate different areas that they could help? What are their roles? What are their responsibilities? Step 4, measure, train, test, and maintain your recovery plan and how you execute it. Recovery element that outlines actions taken to recover from an incident in order to minimize disruption and recovery time, right? You have to plan, train, and put it to the test. How are we going to get out of this? You need to develop strategies to recover your business activities in the quickest possible time. Identify resources required to recover your operations. Document your previously identified recovery time objective, your RTO. List the persons who have responsibilities for each task and the expected completion date. Contact your insurance companies, and of course, analyze the recovery and success. By having this plan in effect, whether it's something foreseen or not, the more you think about it, there are many different areas and different plans, obviously, for different crises. Review and revise your current business continuity plan. Be prepared. The more you are prepared, the better of chance you have to recovery. As they said, 25% of the businesses will not come back from this current pandemic that we're facing. We never expected it to go 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. As they're starting to open up each state, who's still going to the restaurants? Can a restaurant survive with just takeout orders? Right? Full big club. People are still scared to go out. So what are they going to do? By planning and executing a business continuity planning, are you prepared? Are you prepared? Is your business prepared? Are you, independent contractor, prepared? Well, not that it was a good situation now, but it really opened the eyes to many businesses that were not prepared, and how fast you could change. Many companies went virtual if they were able to, if their business let it happen. And we got on to online connecting as fast as possible. Other things that I'm doing many webinars right now. Why? So people know that I'm still around, that my company is still around, that we're gonna give it the fight and we're gonna survive out of this. I wish everyone out there, every business out there, to take this seriously. Business continuity planning. Take it serious. Put it into effect. Read it, write it, put it together, and analyze it. It'll be the best thing that you could do to make sure your business survives. Once again, my name is Alan Cohen. I wish everyone to be safe and to recover from the current pandemic and any other crisis that face you in the future. Thank you very much.